came to Tulane, originally I left high school and went to Southern Methodist University, played there for 2 years, and had the opportunity to come back to New Orleans and play for the Tulane Green Wave. Coach Charlie Moyer was instrumental in bringing me back home. With the transferring of Phil Hicks from Loyola, I felt with myself and Pierre Godin and Tom Hicks coming in, we had an opportunity to do something special. If you look back in statistics, I believe we had the best record since the 1950s. First coach the first year I was at Tulane was Charlie Moyer. He was a very good coach. He let the players play. He was good at practice, but during the games, Charlie let us kind of do our thing. And the fact that Phil Hicks and I were playing together, and we kind of knew how to play with each other on the floor, he really let us play the game the way and let it come to us. Well, I think we complemented ourselves very well. Phil was more of an outside forward, and I just took the role of playing the low post position, and Coach Moyer was very smart. He was able to get both of us the ball enough times so that we both could score 20 points, and we both were good rebounders, so we both had the opportunity to average a double-double.
Ball game in the Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans against Tulane.
We played North Carolina in New Orleans in the Superdome, and I would think there was probably close to 20,000 people at the game. It was the longest game in college history at the time. It lasted 4 overtimes. The atmosphere was tremendous. There was so much crowd support from the local people. We had a very good team at that time, and they brought in North Carolina with their starting 5. All 5 of those players were first-round draft picks, and we had them on the ropes.
But Pierre Godin comes right back for Tulane, and a 3rd overtime is necessary.
The crowd really helped us, and they were enthusiastic, and they were behind us. And going into the 4th overtime, we really thought we had them beat, and we just came short up by 1 point. That game was I guess you could say, as exciting as any of the games that we played in the 2 years that I was there. Cincinnati was ranked number 1. We played them in the Metro Conference instrumentally in the way I played, and a number of other players. We beat them, and it was a big upset, and front page of the newspaper across the country. It was a big win for the Tulane program. Well, at the end of the game, I felt it was very important that I kind of take over, and so I tried to force myself to get the ball, called for the ball. We even called timeout, and Coach Danforth tried to get me the ball as often as he could down in the low post, and it worked. We had Miller in foul trouble, and I took advantage of the situation. Well, UNO was a hometown rival game, and the year before that, when the 75-76 team, I think I had 28, and we beat them at the New Orleans Superdome. Following year, we had to go there and play, and it was a tough game on the road, hostile environment. And the most rewarding thing, apart from us losing, was the fact that I did score 33, and I think that was the most points scored on UNO in their gym in a very long time. I think one of the most important games that stands out in my mind was we were playing Arkansas at Fogelman. It was a non-conference game, and they had Sidney Moncrief, Delph, and another player on the team that were all first-round draft picks, and we almost upset them. I don't know how high they were ranked at the time, but that was just a phenomenal game. Fogelman was packed, and you just couldn't believe how loud it was in there, how enthusiastic the fans were. One game that stands out in my mind is the Marquette game. We played them in Fogelman. Dean McGuire was the coach, and it was in the middle of January, and it just so happens that it was a very warm January night, so we turned the heaters on. And by halftime, the Marquette team was standing outside not outside the locker room, but outside the arena trying to cool off, because what we did was we put the heaters on, and they weren't used to that type of warm weather in the wintertime. We played a tough opponents, we were in a tough conference, and every game was a battle, but I prided myself on trying to do the best I could every game, scoring as many double-doubles as I did. It just was something that I was looking forward to do. I basically practiced all week long, and every time we had a game, I put on a mindset that not only did I have to score to help us win, but I had to try and get as many rebounds as I could. After I finished Tulane, I was selected to play for the USA team in the International World Cup games. Pierre Godin was also selected, and that was very rewarding after we had put in so much time and effort at Tulane. Be able to represent the conference and play in the World Cup, represent the United States, the team was selected from the Metro Conference, and it was very rewarding for me to have that, selection made. Something that I'll never forget, I loved playing in Fogelman Arena. It was just exciting. We had a very strong fan support. Even the games in the Superdome were probably, we would get 10 to 15,000 people at a game, and it just felt like you were at home playing in front of the Green Wave crowd, and we were fortunate enough to have good teams and be competitive, win a lot of games, and things just, as far as I'm concerned, it was the best 2 years that I ever had.